Hey everybody, my name's Willow, and I'm working to help people to wake up. I want to talk to y'all today about the cosmic cleansing that's taking place on the planet. Now, I know I talked a little bit about the light, but I want to talk a little bit more about it because the planet, the whole planet is being bathed in powerful, powerful light waves right now. It's been going on for a while, but I've noticed that the waves and the light is increasing on the planet and becoming more powerful. And if you're spiritually awakened, then it's most likely that you've noticed it too. But what this light is doing is it is exposing all the darkness on the planet, all the negativity, all the evil. It's exposing all that so that it can be removed. Now, we already see it happen in politics and in the economy and some of the ecological system. I mean, but we've seen it happen in some obvious places, but we're also seeing it happen inside of each and every one of us. Now, everybody's experiencing different symptoms of this. I mean, you might just be finding it hard to make things work out for you nowadays. Maybe things that used to work for you in the old energy is not working out for you now, or maybe you're finding that uh, you just can't seem to do things the way you used to do them, or it's like God is calling for all of us to have a change of heart and a change of mind. And this is all part of the cleansing on planet Earth because, as you know, we're making a shift from the third dimension to the fifth dimension. The third dimension being the darkness, the fifth dimension being the light. Now, planet Earth cannot shift until it transitions from the darkness into the light. How does it do that? By the cleansing that's taking place. We can't make the shift from 3D into 5D until we leave the darkness and transition into the light. So the planet and everybody and everything on it is making the transition. Now, some people are feeling it more than others, especially people who are spiritually awakened. Those who have not yet started the awakening process may not feel it that much. They may not even be aware that much is going on or changing in their lives. But eventually they're going to start feeling the changes. So what I'm feeling is that God is trying to tell us something. God's trying to tell us that the old way that we've been living and the old way that we've been doing things is just not working. It's not the way that it's not the way that life is intended to be. And I believe that as this light continues to increase, that we're going to see more and more of this truth coming to life. Because we have to step out of the negativity or the darkness. We have to step out of that, move into love and joy and peace and harmony and the light. And that's not real easy to do when you've lived your whole life in duality, or good and bad, right and wrong, and dark and light. Because when we move into the light, it's just going to be light. It's not going to be any darkness. So there won't be any duality. There'll just be oneness. But when you've raised up in it, when you're born in it and you're raised up in it, it's kind of hard to make that transition. And so it's hard for all of us. So for anybody who might be noticing that things are changing in their life, and things might be disappearing from their life, or they might be struggling now with relationships when maybe they weren't struggling with relationships before, or they might be having new problems coming up, that problems with things that they didn't have before, whether it be their work or their personal lives or whatever. But just want to let you know that it's all part of the cleansing. It's part of the cleansing process where all the junk has to be removed so that the light can come in and fill us. Now, holding on to negative thoughts and negative emotions, like how we get those negative thoughts sometimes about a person, and is just so strong, you know, and well, we know something about a person that we think is bad, and we're pointing the finger at that person, and we're judging them, and we're condemning them, and we're acting like we're better than them, you know, and all that. And that's the kind of thing that's got to go, because that's all got to go. We can't take that into the light with us. And now I'm not calling anybody out. I'm speaking to myself too, because I'm guilty of this. We're all guilty of this. We got these thoughts in our minds about people and things, and the way that this is the way we've always been. We've always held these thoughts, and we've always held this perception of people, and we've always held them in judgment and condemnation. We've always felt like they were not worth associating with, and you know what I'm talking about. All of that's got to go. It's got to all change. It's got to be moved out of the darkness. It's got to be transformed into the light, so that we can live in the light that is now coming about on the planet. I mean, it's here. It's here, folks. And all you got to do is kind of open up your heart, open up inside, and you can feel it. I mean, I feel like it's, especially the last few days, I have just been bombarded with energy, with the light. So much so that I just feel overwhelmed at times. But what's coming through the last few days, what's coming through so strongly is we got to love. We got to learn how to love. God is trying to show us it's time that we give up this old 3D living and 3D thinking, 3D feeling, and move over into the light where there's love and joy and peace and harmony, and where everybody deserves to be treated with love and respect, and they deserve to be forgiven for whatever. Doesn't matter what we've done. We all deserve forgiveness. And we even have to forgive ourselves, because we've all done things that we regret and that we wish we could go back and change. But the main point I'm trying to stress in this video is God has been working on me the last few days, and he's been stressing so strongly this message of love and light. This message of moving out of the darkness and into the light. This is the only way we're going to overcome all the negativity and all the darkness that's going on in the world, because everybody knows the world is not a safe place to live in anymore. It's just not. You just look around and you can see. Nobody feels safe anymore. Everybody's afraid of everything. But the way to overcome it is to move inside the heart. And I heard somebody today, I was watching a video of a scientist he was talking about the chemtrails and the artificial intelligence and all the, you know, the technology that the powers that be are creating so that they can control us, take over our minds and our bodies and control us and turn us into transhumans or whatever. He was talking about that and talking about what he knew about it. And then at the end of his video, he told the people how to rise above it and how to beat it. And he said, if you function from the heart and not the head, because we're all accustomed to functioning with our heads, with our minds. We're all accustomed to just thinking it. You know, think about it. Think, this is what I think. This is what I think. This is what I know. And we're so used to thinking from the brain. He said, if you can stop thinking with your brain, get out of your head and get into your heart. Think with your heart. Act with your heart. Speak from the heart. Function from the heart. He says we can beat it. We can rise above it. Now, I've done a video about this, about how I beat Morgellons disease and rose above it by staying in the heart center and choosing the light. So, and that relates to what I'm saying today. But just a message that the planet, just a message to bring the awareness that the planet's being bathed in the light, and that it's important to know that every day it's increasing. The light is increasing, and it's increasing more and more and more. And we're not going to be allowed to stay in the darkness. We're just not, folks. We can't live here in heaven on earth in the fifth dimension and then allow the darkness to stay. So we've got to make the choice. Everybody's got to make the choice to step out of the darkness into the light, or that they've got to leave the planet. If you've made that choice to leave the planet, then that's your business. But I'm speaking to those who want to ascend with the planet and who want to go with the planet and who want to live here in love, peace, and joy and harmony. So I guess that's all I had to say today was just stay in the light. Stay in your heart center and just stay connected to the light, to God. I love you guys. Thanks.